My name is Michael Clark, and we're here on the Lighting the Spirit assignment where I'm shooting for Elinchrom and Red Bull Photography. I'm going to share with you the gear we're using on this shoot. We have an insane amount of gear. I drove up to Washington with about 600 pounds of gear in the car. I have my DSLR kit and a medium format kit. I have a Nikon D4, one of my main pro bodies. But for this shoot, I'm going to be shooting a lot with the D810, mostly because I want the high resolution files. In terms of lenses, I have the 14-24, which is a great wide angle lens, 24-70, and then I also have a 70-200, as well as the Skyport Plus HS here, which will go on top of my Nikons. I have two Skyport Plus HSs, one for the Nikon kit, one for the Hasselblad. Memory cards for all of the cameras, including the Hasselblad. A Hoodman loop, so I can actually see what's going on with the lighting. A lens cleaning cloth and a lens pen to clean the lenses, and I'll probably end up using this a lot just to dry the lens off because there's gonna be a lot of water spray. Extra batteries for both cameras, extra batteries for the Skyport. And the other accessories I have up here in the top of the pack, I have canvas bags, glasses case, a pair of gloves, we have a hat, we've also got a headlamp, sunglasses. Also, we have another water bottle here. I carry these little platypus guys because they fit in the side of the pack so nicely. The canvas bags are there to put rocks in or something to help weight the stands down instead of carrying sandbags. I also brought a jacket like this. These are shell pants and I have a shell jacket as well, just because I'm going to be rappelling right in front of the waterfall and it's going to be wet for sure. So that's it in this pack. We have a Hasselblad H5D system. The reason I'm bringing the Hasselblad is just to shoot some of the portraits and the lifestyle stuff in medium format. This has got the 24mm lens on there. The Hasselblad 150, great lens. This lens is wicked sharp. And the 100mm lens. So this is a 2.2 super shallow depth of field. Comes in handy for portraits and such. We have a Sekonic L478 DR light meter, and we have extra batteries for the Hasselblad. I have another DSLR lens in here. It's the 300 f4, and it allows me to really, get some serious reach in a lightweight package. So that's it for the Hasselblad stuff. So in terms of lighting gear, we actually have 3 ELB 1200s, but we only carried in 2 ELB 1200s because we didn't need all 3. We have the pack ELB 1200 with a battery attached to it. We also have extra batteries as well. We'll power through a bunch of these each day. This is the high sync head, which are great for fast action and freezing that with a fast shutter speed. If we're shooting above our flash sync speed, we'll be using the HS flash head. We're going to be using that head a lot from almost all the action. And then we also have an action head, which have a really fast flash duration. And we use these mostly when we're shooting at our sync speed or below it. If we're shooting at 1/250th of a second or less, we'll be using the action flash head. We have these huge Dana Designs and Gregory backpacks. And these guys are giant and allow us to really stuff a whole truckload of gear to carry down to the waterfall. We have the Elinchrom Deep Octa for a softbox, and it's kind of a perfect softness that's not too soft, but just the right softness to make it look like the light is somewhat natural outdoors. So I really like that one for portraiture. For the action, we have these high performance reflectors, which are amazing for shooting action. They really can boost the light a far distance, I think 60 feet minimum with the ELB 1200. And then we also have this maxi spot reflector. I mean, this is like taking the sun out with you. We'll definitely use that for the underwater shots when Rafa is rolling. We also have 3 light stands. These are the Manfrotto stacker stands. They lash to the side of the pack really easily. Also, we do have a tripod. When I'm shooting with the Hasselblad, I'm typically shooting on a tripod just because it's a heavy camera, and for the sharpest results, I want the camera on a tripod. So this is a Gitzo Mountaineer tripod with an Acrotech ball head. This is a Gath surf helmet. So I'm taking a surf helmet just because we're working in water conditions, and it's just nice because when I'm rappelling or when we go inside behind the waterfall, it's going to be required that we have a helmet. So this Your Marine bag is waterproof to 60 feet, I believe. And we can put the camera in here. I put my D810 in here with a 24mm fixed lens or a 24-70. The Skyport Plus HS can transmit out of this because it's a plastic bag. And when we're back behind the waterfall, we'll need to make adjustments both to the Skyport, to the camera, and to the strobe. So that's kind of key to this whole operation. Last thing we'll talk about here is I have a climbing pack filled with gear. First thing is we have a big dry bag that we actually put the strobes in when we did rappel behind the waterfall. We have a harness, knee pads, my ascender kit. This is just the ascenders I use to move up and down on the rope, and that way I can let go of the rope and concentrate on the images. And last but not least, we have a whole bunch of climbing gear to secure the rope to trees or whatever, anchor off. And I did put a bunch of these carabiners onto my harness just because I used them to, the camera was clipped in at all times, so I didn't drop anything into the water. Rappel devices. This is actually a different type of ascender. Extra beaners. We've got all kinds of quick draws and slings and stuff that I'll use for tying off the camera gear. We also had a static line. So this is a 60-meter static rope that we use to rappel in to get some of those shots right in front of the waterfall. This is an insane amount of gear for 3 or 4 people to hike in with. So it was kind of epic just getting the gear out to the location, as you can imagine. When we pared everything down to the minimum we needed for the shoot each day.